Disciplining toddlers, strategies and challenges. Hello dear parents. Raising a toddler, oh my. Sometimes it feels like we're in the middle of a little battlefield. Doesn't it? These little ones are both irresistibly adorable and challengingly stubborn, often surprising us with sudden tantrums. But you know what? This is actually the golden period to start teaching our children their very first lessons in good behavior. Before we dive into specific strategies, let's review some key ideas every parent should keep in mind. Understanding the psychological traits and typical behaviors of toddlers will help us set loving, yet effective, rules. Toddlers are incredibly curious, eager to explore, and often use actions more than words to express their emotions. Recognizing this is the key to disciplining them the right way. Why is the terrible twos phase so tough? Many parents have heard of the term terrible twos, right? Why is this stage so notoriously tricky? Well, these little ones might still be small in size, but their wills are anything but small. Toddlers can be incredibly headstrong and sometimes outright defiant, although they're not developmentally ready for harsh consequences. This is the perfect time to start using gentle strategies to coach them on managing their behavior. This is when we plant the first seeds, teaching them how to make good choices in the future. Understanding the colorful world of toddlers. To truly support your toddler, first you need to understand their language and how they see the world. Children at this age have some very distinct characteristics. For starters, 2-year-olds are often bursting with energy. They can run, jump, and play endlessly until they suddenly crash. So, finding healthy ways for them to burn off that energy while learning appropriate behavior is crucial. Also, toddlers are easily overstimulated. Sometimes, all they need is a quiet space or a short break to calm down. Other times, the best solution is to stop an activity and try again later. They explore the world through all their senses, especially touch, so don't be surprised if they want to grab, pat, or poke everything in sight. Pair that with still developing motor skills and impulsive tendencies, and it's no wonder they can be a bit clumsy. That's where your patience comes in, gently teaching them how to touch and explore safely. Another standout trait? Their fierce desire for independence. Don't be shocked if their favorite word becomes no, and they constantly run around, or even away from you. Parenting during this stage can be exhausting. Sure, but isn't it also amazing to watch your child grow and discover the world? Because of all these developmental changes, your toddler needs a very specific kind of discipline, one that nurtures independence while guiding them on how to socialize and behave in appropriate ways. The tough cases parents often face. As you guide your child through this stage, there are bound to be some common puzzles that pop up. For instance, some toddlers might say something untrue, like denying they ate a cookie even when there are crumbs all over their mouth. But don't worry, at this age, they don't truly understand lying. More often than not, they're simply reacting to your tone or body language because they sense they might be in trouble. Toddlers also have limited verbal skills. They often can't fully express what they're feeling or thinking with words. So, they act out through tantrums, whining, or even hitting, biting, or throwing things. These aren't signs of a bad child. They're just signs that your little one doesn't yet have the tools to resolve conflict peacefully or understand how their actions affect others. So what can we do? Start by establishing a few simple family rules, and enforce them consistently. Toddlers need regular, repeated reminders. Try to use the same phrases each time. This helps them remember and follow through more easily. Handy tricks for effective discipline. So, what secret weapons do we have for parenting toddlers effectively? Here are some tried and true strategies that work wonders. Model the behavior you want to see. Have you noticed that just shouting instructions from across the room rarely works with toddlers? Try this instead. Instead of calling out, be gentle with the dog. Go over to your child. Gently guide their hand, and say, "Let's pet the puppy gently." Like this. Each time your child gets a little rough, repeat the hands-on lesson. Showing always works better than just telling. Also, give your child small choices throughout the day. When they feel in control, even over simple things like picking a snack or choosing a bedtime book, they're less likely to feel frustrated or lash out. Know when to step back. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, your toddler just isn't in a state to learn or cooperate. And that's okay. Forcing the issue will only make things worse. If your child can't stay calm at the grocery store, it might be best to end the trip early. If they're acting up at the park, maybe it's time to head home and try again another day. Don't hold back on praise. Everyone loves being praised, including toddlers. Well-timed praise is incredibly motivating. When you notice your child playing quietly, trying to dress themselves, or putting away their toys, offer specific praise. When kids feel noticed and appreciated, they're more likely to repeat the good behavior. Ignore the small stuff. Sometimes, toddlers whine, fuss, or scream just to get attention. And here's the kicker: the more dramatic your reaction, the more likely they'll do it again. Instead, try ignoring the behavior, look away, act busy reading, or pretend not to hear the whining. Once your child calms down, immediately re-engage with them. "Oh, you're calm now? Want to go play again?" But remember, if your child is whining because they're tired or hungry, ignoring them won't solve the root problem. Pay attention to the signals and meet their real needs. If you can't completely ignore the behavior, minimize your reaction. Even a bored look can send the message that tantrums won't get them what they want. Use timeout the right way. Timeouts are a popular technique, but they need a few tweaks for toddlers. Most young children can't sit still long enough for traditional timeouts to work. They're impatient and have short attention spans. Instead, create a safe, timeout room that's free of dangerous objects. The general rule is 1 minute per year of age, so a 2-year-old gets a 2-minute break. Never use your child's bedroom for punishment. It should remain a safe, peaceful space. Keep consequences short and calm, and follow up with love and guidance. Set the stage. Prevent problems before they start. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and that couldn't be more true in parenting. There are several things you can prepare in advance to prevent behavior issues from cropping up. Toddlers are naturally curious and want to touch, throw, and explore everything. Instead of constantly saying, "No," create a safe environment where your child can explore freely. Use outlet covers, soften sharp corners, move breakables out of reach, and anchor heavy furniture to the wall. Having a consistent daily routine also helps a lot. Keep nap times, meals, playtime, and bedtime on a regular schedule. Your child's body will get used to the rhythm, and they'll start to understand what comes next. Give them a heads up when transitioning between activities. Instead of saying, 5 more minutes, try, "Let's play with one more toy." Then it's bath time. Offer choices. Do you want to play with the train or read a book before your bath? When going out, try to choose times when your child is well fed and rested. A trip to the store goes much smoother when your little one is at their best. And finally, never forget that you are your child's greatest role model. They learn how to behave by watching you. Model the behaviors you want them to follow, from saying, "Please," and "Thank you," to handling emotions calmly. And yes, they'll pick up your bad habits too. So it's all the more reason to be mindful. Speak so your child will listen. Communicating effectively. How we talk to toddlers is just as important as what we say. Here are some helpful tips for making your conversations count. Young children don't have the attention span for long-winded explanations. Keep things short and clear. Like, No hitting. Hitting hurts. As your child's language skills grow, you can offer more detailed explanations. Though it's hard, especially when you're repeating yourself for the 10th time or dealing with a tantrum at dinner, try to stay calm. When you model healthy emotional regulation, your child will learn to manage their own emotions much faster. Never use physical punishment, harsh words, yelling, or humiliation. These approaches aren't just ineffective, they can cause long-term harm to your child's emotional and physical well-being. If you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, take a deep breath, step away, and give yourself a short time out. Count to 10 before responding. Raising a toddler is no walk in the park, right? But remember, every challenge, every tantrum, every emphatic no from your child is an opportunity. It's a chance to understand them better, and a moment where they're learning to regulate themselves in this big, overwhelming world. Let's stop thinking of discipline as punishment. Instead, let's see it as a loving guide that helps our children build strong foundations for the future. Your patience, consistency, and warm heart are the best lighthouse your child could have during this wild journey of discovery and growth. And don't forget, taking good care of yourself is part of the package. When you're calm and well-rested, you'll have the energy and presence of mind to parent with love and patience. Wishing you a parenting journey filled with love, laughter, and meaningful lessons, sprinkled with just enough challenge to help you grow right alongside your child.